Welcome back to High Vibe Herbals. Yeah. Welcome back to Tea Time with Jess. We are still on our sacred sips tip. Okay. This is your midweek check-in. How are you doing? How are you feeling? Don't keep it bottled up inside. Try to tell me what's inside. Who remembers that song? That is from, I think that's from Disney Channel, from Playhouse Disney long ago. And that was, to bring the kids to see how they feel. So anyway, that just brings me to the point. I think in music, I think in song, I think in sound. And that just brings me to, how are you feeling? Welcome back to Tea Time with Jess by High Vibe Herbals. I'm Jess. I am the founder, the creator, the she does it all of High Vibe Herbals. And I'm here today to, as your midweek check-in, to see how are you feeling? Bring it within. How is my chest feeling? How is my heart? How is my throat? How is my voice? How is my womb? If you have a womb, how is my gut? How are my hips? How are my hips feeling? Can I move them? Are they loose? Are they, are you a little bit like stiff, How are your feet feeling? How are your legs? Just, run through the whole body. How are you doing? It's important to do that. It's important to take at least 5 minutes to stop and assess and check in so that whatever is feeling off, whatever is not feeling right can be addressed. And you can just tell it, you know what? My heart feels a little broken right now. You know what I'm going to tell you? Go get some self-love tea. Okay? Go drink it. Let that rose and that jasmine and that lemon balm just soothe your heart. If you say, you know what? My gut, I have a belly ache. I feel a little weird. Well, you know what I'm going to tell you then? Man, go ahead and get that chai. You need some chai. You need it to warm up your insides. You need to let loose. You need to be free. What is scaring you? What are you worried about? Okay. Whew. Or if you have anxiety popping up, I'm going to just tell you, here's a bottle of ashwagandha. Go ahead and drop this in a shot glass right now. Throw it back. And we're not throwing back shots of liquor. We are throwing back tinctures. Okay. Tinctures of ashwagandha to make ourselves feel better. Or I'm already feeling so happy. I'm feeling elated and I want to just multiply this feeling. What am I going to tell you to do? Go get that Coca-Cola elixir and drop it right under your tongue. Drop it right under your tongue and you are going to feel so good. Multiply the happiness. And while you're at it, go ahead and drink some hibiscus jasmine tea too. Because all it's going to do is continue making you smile throughout the day. And nothing can break you down. Nothing can stop you. No one can bring you down. Once you're already high. And you cannot let somebody do that. Don't let anybody do that to you. Okay? So, in this midweek check-in, I want to talk about our sacred sips theme of the week. Okay. So the sacred sips theme is always going to follow when you look up in the sky and you see the planets and the stars. Where are they right now? What are the energies that are passing through? How am I being affected by this? This week, you might have felt a little off. You might be feeling a little off. You might be feeling just a little weird or a little like you're transforming like a butterfly in its cocoon or chrysalis. You might be feeling like you're not yet the butterfly yet and like something is emerging and you are going to emerge and things are changing and people around you are being strange and you don't know what to do. If that is you, well, it's because that's kind of the energy that's out in the world right now. So the energy for this week is to realign yourself. It is a time for realignment. Become one with yourself. Check in with yourself. Take a moment of silence for you, nobody else but you, to make sure that your cup is full and overflowing. This week, we realign ourselves as a moment for realignment within yourself, within your relationships, within your intentions. Now is the time for you to pause and take a moment and really think about who you are, who you want to be, what you are, what you do, what you want to be doing, and move into that space gently. Allow yourself, show love to yourself the same way that you would guide a little child across the street. You're that child, right? Take yourself by the hand and walk yourself safely across that street. And what's across the street? The land in which you feel safe, secure, grounded, and happy. Let's go to the sacred connection. This is a beautiful prayer. I absolutely love this prayer. Dear God, thank you for the clarity to see where I need balance. Help me approach this week with grace, to care for my spirit and my relationships with love, and to trust that harmony is already returning. Amen. Even if you don't feel these things, when you say a prayer, I want you, if you don't already do this, I want you to pray for what you are not feeling yet. Be thankful for it. Be in a moment of gratitude. Hold that moment of gratitude within. Of thank you for this, because it's coming. The moment you say, God, I want to thank you so much for whatever it is that I want to thank you for, it's coming. Ask and you shall receive. So if you're not feeling like you have clarity, clarity is on the way. You just thanked it for clarity. Clarity is on the way. If you feel like, well, there's no harmony in your life, harmony is on the way. It's coming. It's coming. The tea of the week. The tea of the week, again, is lavender jasmine tea. But why? Why is that the tea of the week again? Well, the lavender is great for your nervous system. That's why. It softens the emotional edge. It allows you to say, you know what? I'm real riled up right now, but I'm just calm down. You know how you've seen fights where people are like, hold me back. Well, the lavender is going to hold you back. The lavender is going to help bring you to center. You don't need anybody to do it physically, because the lavender is going to do it energetically. Okay. Energetically. Of course, green tea is that little bit of caffeine. That's, jasmine tea is green tea. Okay. The jasmine tea has that little bit of caffeine, right? Where it's going to provide you with fuel, right? But it also has so much, tons of antioxidants, which means that it's going to purge all of the toxins out of your system that may be causing, stress within. It's going to help you purge it out of your system. It's going to come in. It's coming in to regulate. Let's get you back into balance. Okay. And then, of course, butterfly pea flower. Amazing, amazing, amazing for the brain. I want you to go ahead and after this video, or while you're watching, listening, whatever, go and look up scientific evidence of butterfly pea flower, or somewhere along those lines. Look up the scientific research for butterfly pea flower. See what it does. Go and look it up. Okay. Then you might be on my website once a month saying, I need another butterfly pea flower elixir. Okay. Because that is how good it is. The way that it works, the way that what they are finding that it does for our brains. Yeah. That's all I'm gonna say. You can do the research yourself. But also energetically, it provides that feeling of safety intuitively. It allows you to process in a more clear way. It breeds ground for clarity. Okay. Blue is also the color of the third eye, of having your eye open, of being able to sense what's good and what's not good for you. That's what it's going to be good for. It's great for awareness. And it's also great for granting inner peace. You might see a lot of people starting their day off with it on YouTube. I've seen a lot of videos where people are starting off their day with just butterfly pea flower as a replacement for coffee. Don't do that. Don't do that. As a former coffee drinker, no, you're don't do that. But please still incorporate butterfly pea flower in your life. And a tip just for you: put your coffee with high vibe herbals teas. When you're brewing your coffee, sprinkle in a little bit, or do half coffee grounds, half high vibe herbals teas, and let me know how that works out for you. Okay? Because then you get the benefit of the flowers and you get the benefit of the coffee at the same time. All right? So how do you use lavender jasmine tea for your self-care ritual this week? What do you do? Also, how often should you be doing this ritual? So number one, what you're going to do is, of course, be still, have a moment to yourself if you can, whether you have to take that in the bathroom, in the car, while you're driving, turn off the radio, turn off, whatever you're playing, and just be on your own, be by yourself. Even speaking it out loud, turn on ChatGPT and start talking to it, okay? Or turn on your voice recorder, something. And you're going to ask yourself, where in your life is balance ready to return? Where are you ready to receive that, to be more balanced? Notice that you're not asking, may I be balanced here? May I be balanced here? No. You are setting your brain up to recognize where you need this balance to come in. Where are you ready to receive it? And guess what's going to be on the way? Some balance. Balance will be on the way. And then it's my favorite part. You reach out to someone that you love. You reach out to someone that you adore, and you let them know that. You let them know how you feel about them. And you can just spend time in nature. Spend time in nature. Spending time in nature is actually the best prescription for rebalancing. It's what I do, whether I'm in my own yard, whether I go on a trail. On a trail, I'm in my hiking boots. In my yard, I actually don't wear any shoes. I'm just grounding with the grass. Once I left teaching, I recognized how much grounding is so helpful. Okay. I was like, this is crazy. Take my shoes off and be up in my grass. What? I thought it was crazy at first. So if you're thinking it's crazy, like, I understand. I'm not gonna tell you that it's not. But what I will say is, as an educator, when I started to take my shoes off in that grass and I just stood there, I felt something. Like, I could feel the energy of the earth. And then I started looking that up because I'm like, what am I feeling? And apparently the earth can soak up your negative ions and negativity from you through your feet. And it also returns to you energy, right? Returns to you positive energy. So it's like, you just feel so good because it's just like a circle. It's not just soaking up the negativity from you. It's also providing you with balance. You're also getting the wind through your hair, the wind against your skin. You're also getting the lights of the sun. The rays of the sun are shining down on you. And then you hear the birds. And then, this is like what you go to the spa for. You go to the spa to be rubbed down, pressed out, have mud slathered all over you. Okay. You go there for beautiful scents, for aromatherapy and all of that. But you go outside, you take your shoes off and you get the same thing. No one is actually touching you. I get that part, but you can still feel something. Or if you just take a walk, then you're working out your muscles. You're getting exercise from the inside out. You're getting a massage from the inside out. Okay. There was my long spiel about why you should be out in nature. Okay. So along with this midweek check-in, I hope that you have taken time for yourself to assess yourself, see where you are, and get yourself on the road to feeling like your best self from now. And then now that your cup is full, pour it over. Check in with your friends, check in with your family. And that doesn't mean taking on any issues that they have. Check in by saying, hey, thank you for being there for me when I need you. Okay? Sometimes we have so much stuff going on in our own lives that we don't check in with other people because we're like, I know they're going through a lot and I can't have it in my life. And well, you can still talk to people without absorbing what they're going through just by sending a moment of gratitude. That's it. It's a time to focus on heartfelt connections. It's a time to focus on connecting with yourself. That's all I'm ever going to say. Connect with yourself first, because you cannot pour from an empty cup. You have to pour from your overflow. Because guess what? When you pour from overflow, there's no effort. You don't have to work at it. You pour from overflow, you're not tipping yourself over, I'm a little teapot, short and stout. Here is my handle. Here is my spout. You're not, the teapot got to tip over, right? But let's say the teapot got all the water bubbling up. It's just going to flow out and the teapot can still stand still. It is standing on its own legs or bottom, whatever. It's still standing there. Okay. That's how you want to be. You want to make sure that you have fed yourself. You want to make sure that you have so much, so that you are so grounded that you don't have to lean yourself over or try hard with anything to pour out and give to others. And remember, giving is energetic. Give what you can, whether it's your time, your words, your money. That's all I can think of right now. But yes, the tea for next week is going to be high vibe chai. So if you want to be ready for next week to enjoy a sip of the sacred sip while watching this video, go ahead and get your high vibe chai from my website right now. Remember that you can use coupon code YouTube for 10% off. In addition to the sale that I have, where if you buy more than one pack, you do get a discount, more than one of the same pack of tea. So there's that. And also I am booking for May for anyone who is hosting a retreat in Orlando, Florida, for anyone who works at a corporate office and you are in need of someone to run a team building workshop with your team. I'm available. We'll talk about tea. We'll talk about how to use the teas. You'll get your own tea kits. You get beautiful kits of your own personal teas and different items to brew it with while you're at your desk. That's included. How to use it to help you transform your mood, your attitude while you're at work, so that these people don't take you out because they can replace you and not care, because the company has to move on, right? The company got to go on. Got to go on. And as a company owner myself, I get that. The company does have to keep doing what it does because the company is its own entity. But you within the company, you need to be well as well. Okay? You need to get out of the feeling, you need to get out of the thought of what I just said about the company is going to go on without me no matter what. It is that thought that is actually a good thing. Okay. You can actually reframe that, because the company is going to go on without you. You don't want it to go on without you. You want it to go on with you. Right. And I help you transform yourself so that you can move forward in the company, be well, feel well, and thrive. Can I tell you something? Next week, the tea of the week is going to be high vibe chai. Highly recommend that you purchase that as soon as you can. You can use code YouTube, all caps, to save 10% off of your order. And if you do want to purchase multiple packs, purchase a pack for you and a friend. I do have a bundle discount for if you buy more than one of the same tea, you do get a discount. Now, next week, there's going to be in the air the emotion of passion, personal power. Ooh, I got something to say about personal power. So I have a podcast with one of my best friends. Her name is Ilissa, and we have just unveiled um, our series where we're talking about our personal power, specifically in our voice. So if you want to hear more about power, if you're into things that are in the physical realm as well as in the spiritual realm, go ahead and give us a listen. You can find us at Keep Expecting Miracles and follow us at Keep Expecting Miracles Pod on Instagram. Okay. We also, I'm going to just keep going with this because a little commercial here. Go ahead and follow us on Instagram, like I said, but also if you have something that you have been praying for, asking God for, that you have been manifesting, go ahead and send us an email to keepexpectingmiracles@gmail.com or send us a DM on Instagram, because we enjoy receiving messages on those platforms and we read them out loud. We want to hear what you have manifested, what you have allowed, what miracles have you allowed to happen in your life? What is something that blew you away that you just said, wow, God, thank you? What has happened that has brought you to your knees in tears that you just couldn't believe? Or what you're looking for? What are you looking for when it in that way? So yeah, we have a segment on there and it's called I Said What I Said. And that is our manifestation segment. And we would love to hear from you about what you would like. And, you know, the podcast is all about what I've been manifesting in my life, as well as what Ilissa has been manifesting in her life. We have had people write into us about different things that has happened for them. And it's just good vibes across the board. So highly recommend. Before we end this video, I want to go back to the self-care ritual that you're going to do this week. You have today, tomorrow, you have Friday and Saturday, depending on when you're watching this, or you can just do this anytime because it's good to do at any moment in time. I want you to think about relationships in your life, the relationship with yourself specifically. And I want you to think about how you're nourishing yourself. What are you doing for yourself? Giving to yourself? What is happening with you, for you? Think about that as you're drinking this tea. Now, make sure that if this is a journal prompt for you, if you're writing this down or if you're thinking about it, you sipping on some tea while you're doing this, that is nourishment. That is nourishment. You're getting so many good vitamins, so much goodness through the tea as you drink it. I think that if you're here, you are committed to your own personal growth. And I want to say congratulations and welcome. And thank you for being here. And let this week be the moment that you recommit to yourself. Because I'm a little competitive in nature. And I say that things can always be better. You can always be more committed to yourself. You can always do better for yourself. You can always feel better for yourself. You can have fun for you, be happy for you, feel joyful for yourself. Or if you have to process some difficult emotions, feel sad for yourself, feel anger for yourself. Like allow those things to just, feel it and let it pass through like a wave. Okay. High Vibe Herbals is always here for you. I want to thank you so much for watching today, and be sure to follow me on Instagram at High Vibe Herbals. You can follow me on Facebook at High Vibe Herbals. If you have any reason to send me an email, community@highvibeherbals.com is where you can reach me. And thank you so much for being here, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye.